Hey guys. Hey Dylan, I really like that new backdrop with the nuclear explosions.
Yeah, man, nuke the posers.
Do you really believe that?
Gotta nuke something. Hey, I'm Nicholas Prom, uh,
I'm Chase.
And I'm Dylan.
and you're watching
Posers
Posers
must
Must
die.
Die. Hey, welcome back, guys. This was fun. Uh, uh, why don't we talk about our song of the week? Is it my I
Yeah,
go first? I go first on this one? Oh,
yeah.
yeah. So my song of the week was Chains and Leather by Running Wild from their second LP, Branded and Exiled. I think you guys know I'm a sucker for a heavy metal song that's about heavy metal. And
Is
this
there
one's,
any other kind?
well, right? Well, yes, there are many
The
other
meta, the
kinds.
meta song.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair
But
enough.
but I love it, and what cracks me up about this one is there's a lyric that implies that even Satan himself thinks heavy metal kicks ass, um, uh, which is great. I love Running Wild. They're great.
Yeah.
Um, uh, Especially like their first couple albums. It's just like speedy, satanic, uh, um, fun.
Yeah.
It is surprisingly like upbeat for songs where like yeah Satan metal, you know, but also political too, like songs like Victims of State Power. I can't remember if that's on this one or the first one, um, yeah, Running Wild is great, and I love this song. The end.
Oh yeah, great pick, bro.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I think it's
Chase, what
Chase's.
about you, bud?
Oh, that'd be me. Okay. My song of the week is Wild Dogs off of Toxic Holocaust 2008 album, An Overdose of Death.
Oh, great
Hell
song and
yeah.
great album, man.
Yeah, no, it's just that is a catchy hook. It was in my head and it never left. It's in it right now. Wild Dogs. Wild Dogs.
So
Oh,
good.
dude. Yeah. Good stuff, man.
Killer.
Hell yeah. I love that album.
Oh, it's great. I used to have that on vinyl too. I remember getting that.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Was
Um,
it? Doesn't Toxic Holocaust do like really cool vinyls? Like the actual record itself is like a cool plastic, like marbled or something like that.
It
Was it
could
like
be.
that?
I don't remember if mine was like splatter vinyl or marbled. You know, it's I had it. I sold it a long time ago. I don't remember if it was plain black or colored vinyl, but I know that they have done that. So
Yeah.
I don't know which edition I had.
Okay.
Sorry, it's
Just a
memory fuzzy.
question. Just
It's
just
okay. It's okay.
curious.
It's okay. But I like colored vinyl. I love it. Like oh cool
Yeah.
red or like you know yeah. I had I swear I had one. I think I had I think I had a I might have had a municipal waste one that was like a splattered like puke kind of vinyl. I don't
Is
know,
that burn Art of Partying?
probably.
Yeah.
And again, it might not have been them even, but I remember you know I've had you know splatter vinyl. You know it's cool. It looks neat. Or different colored records. I like that. That's fun. Um, but yeah, this is a great song, a great band. I hope we get to see them in like the next year. Um, it's been
Yeah,
a long time.
where's Toxic Holocaust been? Local to Portland, and they haven't really been anywhere, huh?
Well, they're what they're doing is they're playing festivals
Yeah,
and limited run gigs, you know, in like South America and Europe and stuff. That's where the money is, really,
yeah.
you know. But yeah, I would
Fair
love to
enough.
see them. It's been a long time since I've seen them. Um,
Come back to us, Jewel Grind.
yeah, and like I know guys who know him be like, come on, let's play some
Yeah.
shows, you know. But anyway, yeah. What's your song of the week, Dylan?
So last time you guys were talking about that creator show you were at, and you said they played Phobia
Yeah,
off of their '97 album Outcast,
yeah.
and I commented that I love that song, and that is my song of the week.
That is a great song. You
I
know,
Yeah.
I I actually I listened to it like because I it was in my head. I listened to it like 5 times in a row last night on loop. I couldn't
dang.
get enough of it.
Well, it is a great song. And it's a great song coming out from a period with Creator that's not exactly celebrated. You
Yeah,
know, in the 90s they kind of shifted away from thrash metal and they were making interesting, good music. But like Phobia was kind of an outlier as far as songs that Millie was writing in that period. It was more of an experimental time for the band.
yeah. Yeah, I'm digging into that album Outcast a bit. I haven't heard the rest of that album, but I'm listening to some stuff on there. I'm getting through it, and I'm liking what I hear so far.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
I mean, don't sleep on those '90s albums. They're interesting stuff, and it's good stuff. It's just it's night and day from what they were doing in the '80s. Um,
Definitely.
uh,
Yeah.
but still worthwhile music. Um,
Hmm.
so yeah, I do check out Outkast, check out Endorama, check out their other couple other '90s albums. They're decent. It's interesting stuff. So yeah. Uh, we got some. Nobody went to a show this week, so we're going to talk about some new and upcoming releases. Uh, what do we want to talk about? Oh yeah, so the first of a couple that just dropped this last Friday, September 27th, is Bewitcher's fourth full length, Spell Shock. Guys, what do we think of this album?
Well, when I was listening, I actually I have my notes here. Bewitcher, I completely forgot about them. I apologize. I was listening to them, and it actually worked in my favor. Not necessarily in my favor, anybody's favor. I was just listening to it with a clean slate, going, "Man, these guys feel like a speedier Black and Stone Creek." Hey, wait a minute, Stone
Okay.
Creek.
Okay, yes. So Matt, the front man, he's from Minnesota, and he was in this kind of like he was in this band Stone Creep, and they had three albums, and they were kind of like metalcore, uh, groove metal kind of outfit. I used to go see them. Um,
Yeah.
they came from Minnesota. They moved to Portland, and after they broke up, Matt started Bewitcher, which is, Stone Creep was fine for what it was, but Bewitcher is a way cooler project. I'll just say. Um, Bewitcher is great. I was on board with them. I got all three of their demo tapes as they were coming out before they even had an album. I was all about it. This is a great band. I mean, just like blackened speed metal, but also kind of a black and roll feel a bit too. It's
Yeah, very
these,
Like,
groovy.
yeah.
yeah, this is a great band. And the drummer Eris is a guy I know from the old days. Cool dude. He used to be the metal correspondent for the Portland Mercury, our alternative newspaper.
Oh,
Uh,
cool. Yeah.
yeah, and so yeah, no, I think this is a terrific record. It'll there's a good chance it'll make my top 10 for the year.
Mm.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah, yeah, no,
Cool.
it's great, and these guys are terrific and local, and they're currently on tour. So if Bewitcher are hitting your city, America, go see them because they kick ass. And this is another band
Oh, yeah.
I haven't seen live in a long time, and really looking forward to again because they're great. They're great live too. So Dylan,
Yeah. I haven't heard Bewitcher before, but I was very much enjoying this.
yeah,
I mean, first of all, I just want to say that's a very beautiful album cover.
it
I love how
is.
that looks.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, it was very groovy stuff. I really liked the vocals.
yeah,
Um, and a couple of standout songs to me, just a couple highlights for me. First was "Out Against the Law."
yeah,
That was a really good song.
yeah,
And I also liked "Seasons of Foul Harvest."
yeah,
Um, but yeah,
Ride the Iron Fox was the one that stood out for me.
yeah,
yeah.
Yeah.
Diabolic Demonolatry, and it was another one, and they put that as a digital single too. But yeah, this is an album full of bangers. This is great. Um, just right on. I love to see these guys just kicking ass, album after album, and no signs of slowing down. So right on. Bravo to Bewitcher.
hell yeah.
Yeah.
Next
We
up,
oh yeah. So man, Vicious Blade, Relentless Force. What a perfect title, because this
Oh, yeah.
album just fucking rips from start to finish. It is blazing fast.
Like,
Thrash.
how would you, yeah, I would say, how would you categorize uh, what they play? Like, if you had to mesh them into a genre, I kept going like crust thrash
There's a little bit
in
of
a
that
way.
there, but I would say so you could say there's a little bit of a D-beat punk thing happening there too,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
but I would say black and thrash. But these guys, this band, there's so much in that particular subgenre, like thrash metal with black metal vocals, okay, and it's dirty sounding,
Yeah.
okay. But this band really sticks out above, like as a cut above the rest, because the thrashing comes first. That's like
Okay.
they come with the riffs, man, and the aggression, and it's really palpable. And the vocals. Do you guys know that the
Yep.
was a
Female
chick?
vocalist.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't on
Love to
first
see it.
listen. Yeah, you do love to see it.
Yeah.
And
Hear it.
I am all, yeah, you love to see it, you love to hear it. I am all for supporting women in metal, especially when it's this kind of women in metal, not that corset metal bullshit, which I'll go on a rant about another time. Um, but uh, but yeah,
She's really good. Like
really
she hits
good.
the highs and lows. The transitions between them are butter smooth.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
maybe here's the thing. Here's what's a little different about her voice. It's like that black thrash, but it's also kind of like a raspy hardcore. So it's kind of a
Yeah.
blend there, and it comes into a very tasty thrash voice that I'm into. I dig it. This album totally rips. Like, wow.
Yeah, this is some wonderful crushing thrash.
Crushing.
And it crushed. It was crushing.
Yeah, and crunching.
And, I knew from the first song that this was a female vocalist. But yeah.
Wow.
Um,
I went back and they've got a couple of EPs too. I went back and I gave those a listen too. Also quite good. So yeah, this is a band that's been around for a minute and they've got a lot to offer. And I hope that they're going to be hitting the road. I hope we get to see them next year. I hope this band blows up. These guys are terrific. Vicious Blade.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Next up.
Yeah, we got
Nasty Savage.
Nasty Savage. So this one isn't out yet. It's coming out on October 11th. But Jace got the digital promo hookup, and so we were able to preview this album. Why don't you guys go?
Well, I can tell you that ultimately I loved it, but the first time I listened to it, I felt kind of let down.
Yeah.
But with I listened to it again and I was like, oh wait, I'm being an ass here. It's actually really good. It was I thought about it, and Dylan and I were talking about it before, and it's one of those, like, the anticipation almost killed it for me.
Oh.
You know, I was so excited, but then it's like, well, haven't put out an album in so long, and the track record with a lot of bands, not recently, but like where they either get some kind of rust or they change their sound or something. But Nasty just fucking stabbed you over and over again.
Yeah, I will say. Yeah, I listened to this album about five times, and I will say initially I was like, it took me a minute because I'm like, okay, I got to get back into the headspace for Nasty Savage because they have some corny shit that goes along with this band, but overall I think they really delivered here. It's like they delivered on the riffs, they delivered on the aggression,
Oh yeah.
The weakest thing about Nasty Savage is they always wrote about stupid shit. Like, I want to get laid, I'm going to fight somebody. It's never like deep life stuff. It's like, no, listen, I have kind of a theory though, okay? So like, I think of all the thrash metal bands that didn't break up in the 90s, okay? The ones that stayed active and weathered the storm. And I think, and all of those bands have a common thread, is they talked about real things in society. They talked about things like personal things. They talked about stuff that people could actually relate to or think about, instead of like just kind of goofy stuff like, man, that woman's a bitch, or like, like that's like the kind of stuff Nasty Savage write about, Satan in high heels, like silly crap like that, But no, and that's even a lyric on this album. But
I know. That's why I'm laughing. I remember
Yeah,
that.
again, there's a few corny moments in this record, but overall, it's pretty strong, man. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a time and a place for it, and fucking metal. Half the time with metal, it's like you can be serious. The other half the time, yeah, we're worshiping Satan. It's whatever. It can be what it's.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
take it.
Yeah, and I feel like I'm not trying to give them like faint but damning praise here, but it's like, okay, some historical context. In 1985, on the strength of their Wage of Mayhem demo, Nasty Savage were the darling of the metal underground, and people were predicting they were gonna blow up. They were gonna be the next big thing. They were gonna be big, like Metallica was blowing up, whatever. They played the World War III festival famously with Voivod, Destruction, Celtic Frost, and Possessed in Montreal, Quebec, in '85. But yeah, the whole underground was like, oh man, Nasty Savage is gonna happen, and then like it didn't. They stayed pretty small time, and then the '90s hit and they just evaporated. And their albums are fun, but you can see where Metallica, Megadeth, Anthrax, who are talking about society and alienation and like whoa, deep stuff. And these guys have a song called Triple X. It's about pornos. And Nasty Savage also is a band who I know we like incorporating theatrical elements, but if the theatricality kind of overtakes or supersedes the music, like Thor, Nasty Ranju's he's like has a character like he's a wrestler on stage and he breaks TVs and this shit. It's just like, or you could just play songs because you have the chops. Maybe all this bullshit, this gimmicky crap, isn't really helping anyone take you seriously. So maybe I'm being a dick, but I like Nasty Savage. I would love to see them. And this is a cool album. This is a cool album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have quite a few observations about a few individual songs, if you guys don't mind.
Yeah, please.
Have at it.
Well, first of all, that intro track, I like, even though it wasn't metal, those alien, otherworldly sounds, I really liked that, and I re-listened to it a few times.
Cool.
Because it just kind of hit that nerve in me, and it kind of reminded me of like Zen from Half-Life. That.
Oh, totally, yeah.
Yeah, like it sounded like something from that game. Chase is gonna know what I'm talking about, but.
Yeah, I mean, video game stuff always just goes over my head.
Yeah, it's okay, but the title track didn't really do much for me. But as I got deeper in, I was really enjoying Southern Fried Homicide. There's like a acoustic intro to that song that kind of reminded me of the Crystal Ann intro from Alice in Hell and Annihilator.
I like that.
It reminded me of that heavily.
Okay.
A couple good songs, Witches Sabbath, Schizoid Platform. I really like Schizoid Platform.
Yeah.
Then Aztec Elegance comes around, and there's that really cool, really creepy intro where it's like raining, and you hear like Aztec hummings, like some kind of sort of ritual or something, and it perfectly like started up the song and got me into it. And then I listened to this song, Blood Syndicate.
Oh man.
Oh, that got me.
Hold on. My note I have here is, Nick's gonna think this is gross, and I don't care.
It's not gross. I think it's trashy.
I was laughing. I was just laughing.
Yeah.
I thought it was funny. I didn't think it was.
Yeah.
It was making me piss myself laughing. Just
Yeah.
Oh my god, the sound effects they throw in that I probably can't really talk about, but
yeah.
I had a external speaker playing that, and when that track started up, I had to in the next room, and he had his headphones on. He's playing his game over. They didn't hear a thing, but Jessica, my fiance, she comes around the corner like, "What the hell was that?" We need to have a fun.
You poor soul.
That reminds me. So there used to be this death metal band called Lord Gore, and I think they were local to Portland. And they had this album, and I don't remember what it was called, but it was gross looking. But the album itself, but I like the band. I saw them live and they were good. But on the album, they have it, like a lot of death metal bands, they like to do like samples from horror movies or samples from movies.
Yeah.
I will just say there were some clips from films, especially one from the movie Street Trash, that I was like, and I was not living in a house where maybe you could play all of that stuff just any old time, any old where. And so I was like, okay, that album, we're going to put that away and only listen on headphones for that,
Tuck it under the mattress.
Yeah. Yeah, tuck it under the mattress. But yeah, so I get it. That's funny. Like, when the sample is like, wait, is this safe for work? Like, or the home.
That, I just thought Nick's gonna hate this.
Hate is strong. Hate is maybe a bit too strong.
You know what I mean. I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I know how you are about that kind of stuff.
Yeah. And like, I don't know. It's fine. But yeah.
Well, let's just move on. The final
Please.
track is the last thing I want to talk about.
Okay.
It's called Sainted Devil. And the riff of that song sounded like something from Morbid Saint.
Ooh.
And I'm almost wondering, was it like a Morbid Saint tribute almost in a way? Because it's called Sainted Devil, and it sounds like a Morbid Saint song a little bit.
That
Wow.
I wonder.
Give that song a second listen, guys, and tell me what you think. It totally sounds like a Morbid Saint riff.
Oh
when they start
man,
playing.
I'm gonna have to go back to that. And like that would be cool. I bet it's just a coincidence.
Yeah.
But what a cool flex that would be. Like, hey,
Yeah.
Morbid Saint's great. We're gonna do this. That's
I'm a simple man. I see patterns where there probably are none.
it's okay. Pattern seeking is something that's not uncommon. How about that? How put it that way? But yeah, do we want to go into our regular segments? Are we good on Jeopardy Room?
Yeah.
Good album overall, generally
Great album,
speaking.
loved it.
Yeah. But yeah, let's see. I think we've got Chase's classic album.
Oh, do we?
Oh, what was we picked today?
Let's see. My classic album for the week is Anthrax's 1987 thrashterpiece, Among the Living.
Yes, Among the Living.
Poltergeist.
I'm sorry?
Does anybody else want to watch Poltergeist 2 all of a sudden? The guy on the album cover?
Here's the thing. That's the character Randall Flagg from the novel The Stand.
See, I've heard a couple of theories, but I've also heard from other people that no, it's just some dude.
Well,
but he reminds me of the pastor, the dude from the second Poltergeist movie.
Right,
Kane.
I know who you're talking about. Yeah, but no, and like the song, the song Among the Living is about The Stand also. But man, I mean, this for most people, I think this album is, as far as Anthrax goes, people regard this as like the one. Like it's like Rain and Blood or Master of Puppets, that kind of thing. I certainly like this album a lot. I had this tape and like worshiped the shit out of it. I played it endlessly. I still hear like NFL and Indians and I Am the Law and Caught in a Mosh. I hear those every week at work because my boss is into metal too. So,
Hell yeah.
Man.
but yeah, this is a great album. It's probably down to this or Spreading the Disease are probably my favorites.
Yeah.
Fantastic album, Dylan.
Yeah, I love this album too. Indians, I Am the Law, that title track, Among the Living, all great stuff.
Yeah.
I think I Am the Law was my first Anthrax song, like when I was first getting into metal.
Interesting.
And I already knew what Judge Dredd was, and I'm like, ooh.
Yeah.
So, yeah, classic, great pick, Chase.
Nice. Yeah, great record. Great record.
Yeah. Don't have a whole lot more to say about it. I mean, what much else is there to say? I mean, yeah, I was gonna say my favorite track is I Am the Law, but we covered that. Judge Dredd. Oh yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it's killer record. It's great.
Oh yeah.
All right. I
We've
guess
got
it's my turn.
yeah, Dylan's Demolition, and you got
My Dylan's Demolition this week is Rigor Mortis's 1986 demo. Self-titled, I guess, but yeah, this demo is so fun to listen to once in a while, like because I love their main self-titled the Red
oh yeah,
album,
yeah,
and I love every song on there. So
yeah,
it's fun to come back to this once in a while and listen to some of those songs. Like they do them so differently here on the demo.
sure. Different
They were
Yeah.
tempos. Yeah,
Yeah, it sounded like they were trying to be a little lighter for their demo, and then when they actually got the main album, they just went hard and
yeah.
really
It could have been
changed the vocals and everything.
maybe, or they could have recorded this on like a 4-track or something, real simple. And then when they get to go into a real studio, they could really do what they wanted, and like make it beefed up and heavier sounding. But this demo rips.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
R.I.P. Bruce Corbett.
Oh yeah.
R.I.P. Bruce Corbett and Mike Scaccia. They did get back together in I think 2012, and then Bruce died, and then Mike has passed since as well. So there will not be any further Rigor Mortis reunions. But they did do a new album, which I still need to check out. And bassist Casey Orr is Beefcake the Mighty in Guar.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we've seen Casey.
Yeah.
And man, Rigor Mortis rips. This is great, and a really an excellent and often overlooked band, kind of a late arrival to the thrash scene in the '80s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's. So go ahead.
No, still just great stuff is all I was gonna say. But go ahead, Chase. Sorry.
Yeah,
I think they wrote some pretty good hooks in I mean, a lot of these songs were used again on you said the Red album earlier. But foaming at the mouth, like I for whatever reason that song was completely wiped from my memory. So I was listening to it the other day, like felt like it was like I was listening to it for the first time. But then for whatever reason, I forgot I was also listening to a demo. So,
yeah,
So
but yeah,
that
so
must
it
have been weird.
yeah.
just kind of speaks to how much of there is quite a difference between this and the album.
Yeah,
But oh no, it's godly though. Good stuff.
yeah. Interesting to note, Foaming at the Mouth, great track. It didn't make it to the album, but it is on the soundtrack for The Decline of Western Civilization Part 2, The Metal Years. And I had that tape and played it quite a bit, so that's like that's the Rigor Mortis song that I know the most.
Are you sure? Wait a minute. Oh yeah, foaming at the wait. What was the last song on the main album? Was it Slow Death then?
I don't have it in front of me, so.
Okay,
No.
well I see foaming at the mouth on here. I must have,
Oh,
Maybe it's like a special
Have some-
edition or re-release or something.
is it? Wait, is it last track on there or?
No, we got the last 3 tracks are Foaming at the Mouth, Grudge Fuck, and Spivey, which says previously unreleased next to it. So I would think they would write that next to Foaming at the Mouth.
Because when I was looking this up earlier, this is really not great that we're not sure about this while we're recording.
It's whatever.
It was a demo talk. We
can make a little amendum in the comments when.
But well, because here's the thing: sometimes albums like that stuff ends up as a bonus track, like on a later CD pressing. I think I was looking at on Encyclopedia Metallum and it wasn't listed on the record, but whatever. Hey,
it's a great track. I love Foaming at the Mouth.
Yeah, and anyway, this is a great demo. It's killer.
Hell yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah. So we can go ahead and what's that?
How about you, Nick? What's your thing? Sorry.
Oh, for Hardcore Hall of Fame, my segment? Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. If you want to pull it up. There we go. We got Negative Approach's 1983 EP Tied Down. Detroit, Michigan, the home of RoboCop, and and the home of this incredible American hardcore band. So good. so good. This one, of course, includes the mega classic Dead Stop. Great band, and they're still going. John Brannon is still out there kicking ass. And yeah, I just think this rules, man. What do you
Yeah.
guys think?
I had a fun time with it. Went on a grocery run and had that going, and I thought I had it on shuffle with another band, but it turns out they're actually a lot more versatile than your average hardcore band. Like Evacuate's my favorite track because it slows down and it gets this really like this down is I don't know how to explain it, but it's a valley in the middle of this middle of this plain. It's like hardcore, kind of sludgy, almost a sludgy song out of nowhere, and then
Interesting.
back up to yeah.
Oh.
But yeah, no, that's what stood out to me is that like man, these guys can switch on a dime. Pretty fun.
Yeah, no, I really dig them. Dylan.
Um, well, I had never heard Negative Approach before, and I gotta say I love how much like new stuff you guys are introducing me to, and
Yeah.
I guess I do the same with you guys sometimes. But
Yeah.
this was
Certainly,
great.
yeah.
This was a great album. You know me. I love some nice hardcore punk stuff, and this is a good album. I just want to say to listen to like start to finish, all the way through. Like don't shuffle it,
Yeah.
don't mix it in with anything. Just give it a whole sitting. You know?
Yeah, and it's only like 16 or 17 minutes long too. It's a
Yeah.
nice, just yeah. That's what I like about these hardcore releases. It's just kind of get in, kill, get out. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, good, well put.
Yeah, it's like you've heard economy of storytelling. This is an economy of like kickassery. I don't know, like you know.
Yes.
Yeah, great stuff.
Yeah. So right on, cool, man. What do we have? What else do we have going? I think we've just got some upcoming gigs to talk about. On October 2nd at the High Watermark, Haunter and Atomic Terror are going to be playing. That's a double dose of thrash there, and then there's this undecipherable black metal band also on the bill. Haunter is kind of like a blackened D-beat, speedy punk kind of, but like definitely in our wheelhouse of ripping shit. And our boys at Atomic Terror need no further introduction. They're great. So yeah, I'm gonna try and make it out to this one. That's this coming Wednesday, the 2nd. Yeah, should be a good time. It always kicks ass at the High Watermark, so
Oh, yeah.
it's never a drag, always a killer.
I'm
So
foaming at the mouth to go to a high watermark show.
yeah, there we go. I love that. Nice little callback. Uh, uh, Vexum, who are going to be on tour October 9th through the 20th across much of the western United States. Their first date of their U.S. tour is in Portland at the High Watermark, Wednesday, October 9th, with our pals Atomic Terror in support and Wizard Cage, our angel witch worshiping babies. They're great. They're great. And this show is going to be great. I'm going to implore any of our viewers who are in the Portland area, please be at this show. It's going to kick ass. So yeah, October 10th, Chase and I will be seeing Judas Priest and Sabaton at the Moda Center on the Invincible Shield tour. This is going to be so great, seeing the mighty Judas Priest. Love it. Love a pre-show. Love a pre-show. And of course, October 14th, Iron Maiden will be at the Moda Center, and Chase and I will be at that. And that's going to be great. It's going to be a blast. Maiden!
Hopefully we'll be recovered from the pre-show in time to see this one. I know it's what 3-4 days later.
4 days apart, yeah.
Old.
Yeah, yeah. But we shall persevere.
It's gonna rule. I know it is. Get a baby.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. And then on October 19th, our hometown speed thrash metal gods Soul Grinder are gonna be in support of touring act Mean Mistreater, and there'll be additional support from Stainless. This is all female-fronted heavy metal, and it's all kick-ass. None of that corset bullshit. This is all real heavy metal. And I encourage everyone to go out and support that. Soul Grinder rules. And
Love Soul Grinder.
we do. And Stainless and Mean Mistreater are some solid heavy metal. This is going to be a fun night. I'm looking forward to this one.
Stainless is great. I saw them at Dante's at that show with Haunt.
Oh no.
Right.
And yeah, Stainless are a great band. If you guys haven't heard them, I'm looking forward to seeing them again.
Yeah, they would be great on a bill with Wizard Cage. I mean, both are very new wave of British heavy metal sounding.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that show for sure. Chase, do you want to hit us with the sign off?
Sure. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and remember, the only way to feel the noise is when it's good and loud. So good. I can't believe it. Screaming with the crowd. That's what
Thank you.
I love it. Thanks, guys.